Today we're talking all about the DJI Mavic 3 Classic. I love my drones. I love my DJI drones. I have one main one for a little while now, which is the DJI Mavic Air 1. I probably will upgrade at some point, but I haven't really because the pandemic, never needed to really travel and film anything. So if I was to upgrade, would I get the brand new Classic, this one, or would I get the 6 months old Mavic 3? Let's have a quick look at this. If I hover my mouse over the camera drones icon on their actual website, this is DJI, right? This is the Mavic series. That's the Air series, the Mini series, the DJI Avita series. This is the new Classic. Now you'd think new would be better. Ha 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 ha. Think again. This is the DJI Mavic 3 that came out 6 months ago. Okay, this one is still better than this one. Let me quickly show you. Okay, this is the one that came out 6 months ago, the Mavic 3. This is the brand new one that came out today, DJI Mavic 3 Classic. This is going to be a cheaper version with the camera's not as good, okay, than this one. This one's a bit more expensive. So look, if you have the money, you want to buy the 6 months older one. If you haven't got the money and you want the Mavic series, get this newer one. Yeah, there we go. We'll continue talking about it though. All right, let's delve deeper than what I've just said. So scrolling down on their actual website, let's just read some of the things that it says. Right, with powerful flight performance and Hasselblad camera, Mavic 3 Classic delivers the absolute essence of flagship imaging. Take it on any adventure to create unforgettable work. Those are some of the things that this camera has. All right, Hasselblad camera, which is cool, but it's only one camera as opposed to the Mavic 3, which has two different cameras. The second camera is the zoom camera, right? Whereas the Mavic 3 Classic, the brand new one, doesn't have the zoom, doesn't have two cameras, but it still has Hasselblad. It has digital zoom. If you're into digital zoom, then this is the one for you. All right. Digital will never be as good as actual zooming in, but there we go. Buy DJI Mavic 3 Classic at the official online DJI store and enjoy benefits like free shipping, 1% DJI credit back on your purchase, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's pretty. That is so pretty. That's what happens when you zoom down. Hasselblad camera, create to inspire. Should I read that? Maybe I should. The iconic Swedish brand Hasselblad designed and built that aerial camera just for the Mavic 3 series, embedding a professional grade 4/3 CMOS sensor in an unbelievably compact space. Should I read any more? If you guys want to read the rest, go for it. Going down a bit more. What do we see in this little situation? Hasselblad Natural Color Solutions. To ensure Mavic 3 Classic captures natural colors in the same way other Hasselblad cameras do, the L2D space/22, I'm not even going to say that again, but anyway, that right there, right, 20C lens adapts the same rigorous standards and has every pixel of the sensor calibrated with HNCS embedded. There you go. If you guys want to read a bit more, please do. Professional imaging. Cool. So as far as I'm aware, the image is the exact same as the 6-month-old Mavic 3, which is the more professional version. Once again, this is the new Classic. Isn't that the Australian rapper? The new Classic. What's her name? Gosh, what's her name? The new Classic. I've forgotten. That's her Instagram name, isn't it? Gosh, I can't remember her name now. She's an Australian rapper. The new Classic, the new one, and this is the more expensive one that came out 6 months ago. They both roughly have the same pixel count, the same settings as the other. All right, but of course the new one doesn't have the capability to zoom. So there you go. Scrolling down a bit more. What's her name? The new Classic. Oh, I'm going to Google it right now. Hang on, let's Google it. The new Classic. What's her name? Iggy Azalea. Oh my God. There we go. Just like that, we've gone on to a different topic, not drone related, and she's got a picture of Megan, what's her name? Goldie Hawn? Goldie Hawn, that's the one. Anyway, okay, back to the drone. HGL, what does that stand for? Provides high dynamic range that suits a variety of devices and provides footage that does not require color turning in post. Interesting. I think it does have C-Log though, so you can put C-Log on to make the finer details stand out if you want, right? More flight time. So Mavic 3 Classic is compatible with Mavic 3 series batteries. So all the Mavic, well, these two at least, have the same batteries. All right, so there you go. Allowing for 40 minutes of hovering time and 46 minutes of flight time, ensuring more time to create and less time worrying about battery level. So why would you get 40 minutes of hovering and 46 minutes of flight time? So I'm guessing, I mean, you would think hovering would consume less power and actually flying around would consume more power, wouldn't you? But apparently it's the other way around. 40 minutes of hovering time as opposed to 46 minutes of flight time. So you're getting 6 extra minutes when you're not hovering, when you're flying around. Is that what they're saying? How does that work? There it is. How does that work? I don't understand. If anyone has the information, let me know in the comments down below what you have to say about that, because I actually don't know how that works, but all right. It's counterintuitive, I guess you could say. Scrolling down a bit more. Simplified flight. Omnidirectional obstacle sensing. As far as I'm aware, this is the same obstacle sensing as this more expensive Mavic 3 from 6 months ago. There you go. If you guys want to read that, please do. But I mean, it is pretty hard to crash this drone going front and backwards, especially into trees. Now, I will just quickly say a quick story. I made a film that I have not released yet, but it was in this Rocky Mountain part of Australia, an hour and a half from Sydney, right? And I ended up crashing my drone in the worst possible area. Private property, mountainy hills. I had to come back for it the next day, and I made this whole video where I actually ended up finding this drone in the middle of nowhere. Civilization was clicks and clicks and clicks away, all right? I found it using Google Maps, even though there was terrible reception there. It was a miracle. I'll release the video someday, but this is the actual drone that I crashed and left for a day. And I ended up finding cliffs and valleys, all right, next to a freaking river, all right? It was crazy. So the amount of sensors on this camera are very minimal compared to the Mavic series, right? High precision, extreme precision. So there you go. It's going down a bit more. Advanced return to home. If you guys want to read that, please do. Just quickly replay that one. There we go. Awesome. Cruise control. This is a really cool thing about the Mavic series. If we can watch this first. By clicking the button underneath the controller, you can have the button underneath the controller as a separate function. And by pushing that button, like that button right there, right? By pushing that button, let me read it. Control Mavic 3 Classic to fly in any direction without having to constantly press the control sticks. This not only takes long distance flights more effort. Let me read that again. This not only makes long distance flight more effortless, but also helps reduce shakes during manual control for smoother camera movement. So I've got my remote control sitting over there. Can you guys see it? I don't want to get it out, but basically if you're going forwards, you have to constantly have your finger on forwards, right? And then if you want to do little manual adjustments with the camera up and down and look left to right kind of thing, you're still having to kind of hold that. With what's it called? With cruise control, you can have the button pushed underneath the remote and the camera continues going the same way that it was before you let go of the stick. It's very clever. It's only for that controller though. The controller that has this screen inbuilt, as far as I'm aware. So if you have the money, get the bigger package. All right, get the more expensive package. But then again, if you're getting the more expensive package and you've got the money, you may as well just get the Mavic 3. All right, this one is better than the new one. There we go. Let's continue going. Powerful video transmission. 03 plus transmission and beyond, with a transmission distance of up to 15 k's, which is pretty good. Fly further and more stable with peace of mind. This transmission can transmit 1080p 60 frames per second live feed, and this means that the camera view is displayed at specifications close to what the camera actually records, which is actually crazy when you think about it. It also makes Mavic 3 Classic more responsive to your control. PlayStation 5 usually can't even pass 30 frames per second at the moment. PlayStation 5 usually doesn't pass 30 frames per second. Some games do 60, mostly 30. This controller gives you 1080p 60 frames per second, which is mind-boggling. Well, they don't need to do that. 30 frames per second at 1080p for the live feed would be just sufficient. Of course, you can record in 4K 120, which is awesome, right? But you don't need 4K 120 on your screen, right? You just don't. So yeah, 60 frames per second on the screen live feed is actually really cool. And at a 15-kilometer distance, PlayStation 5, what are you guys doing? Sony, come on. Sony. Not sure what I'm doing there. All right, Sony, come on. What's going on? Useful features for intuitive creation. Active Track 5.0. Track the subject from different directions for extensive camera language. What? Next one. Master shots. Automated shooting and editing to create cinematic footage. Very pretty. What's the next one? Automatically perform professional camera movements like droney, rocket, circle, and helix. I've used them all on my drone. Stunning footage that captures and accelerates the passing of time. I love, what's it called? I really like, I've forgotten the word. What's the word? Time-lapse. I couldn't remember the name for some reason. I really like time-lapse shots like that, going down to the panoramic one. Capture large, more detailed shots of your surroundings with panorama. Cool. High speed, quick transfer. Photos and video can be transferred quickly to a smartphone for editing or sharing. There you go. If you guys want some ND filters for your drone, for this particular drone, absolutely they do. There's the charger, DJI RC and the RC Pro. I'm guessing the Pro will be better than the RC, but basically you can't go wrong with them two. Both of these have the screen inbuilt. I definitely suggest, if you're a first-time drone owner, well, you're about to get a drone for the first time, don't get a drone remote control like that. You got to put your phone in it. It's really shitty. You're getting text messages and phone calls while you're looking through your screen. If you got the money, definitely grab one of those remote controls. A lot better. There you go. What do you guys reckon about this new drone? Oh, is it going to show us this? Unfold. Folded? Come on. 3D model is loading. There we go. One more time. Oh, very nice. I didn't realize I could do that. How cool is that? One more time. Hang on. Oh my God. We can go underneath and around. It looks like a dead spider, doesn't it? It looks like a dead spider. It looks like looks like a spider ready to pounce. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But there you go. That's what the thing looks like in a three-dimensional space. What does it look like in a fourth-dimensional space? That's for God and only God to know. There you go. What do you guys reckon about this? Let me know on both these channels. Just channel right there, and of course that channel right there. Travel vlogs on that channel. Those social medias at Tallboy Gareth. Like and subscribe. I've been told my name's Gareth, and I'll see you, beautiful people, in tomorrow's video. Yeah, I guess. Bye.